Well, thank you for joining me. I'm going to be looking at question 1. And this says for the questions below, assume the acceleration is 9.8 meters per second squared due to gravity. Now the question 1 says a javelin is thrown at 40 degrees above the horizontal. So there's the horizontal, there's 40 degrees, and the javelin is thrown and it makes its way in a parabolic. And we're talking about select the correct statement regarding the javelin at the highest point on its path. So here's the highest point, and let's see what we've got. Well, when we've got this, we've got a vertical and we've got a horizontal. So I like spelling out so that you could sort of have a look at the vertical. We've got some sort of initial velocity, AST, initial velocity, V, AST. And we know that the acceleration is down at 9.8 meters per second squared. Acceleration is 0 meters per second squared in the forward. And we've got, let's look at A. It has 0 acceleration. Well, at the highest point, it does have 0 acceleration in the horizontal, but it's got a 9.8 meters per second squared in the vertical. So we can't say it has 0 acceleration. So A, we'll eliminate A. Let's consider B. It's at its slowest speed. Now speed is a combination of its horizontal and its vertical component. Now, if it's initially, its speed is whatever that S is. Now S is a combination of, here it's S cos 40, S sine 40, and so S could be, say, whatever its speed was when it took off. Now at this point, at the highest point, there is S cos 0 in the vertical, sine of 0 in the vertical. We've got S sine 0 in the vertical. We've got S cos of 0, which is S. So that speed is simply whatever the speed S, actually, the vertical doesn't change the whole time. Our speed, SP, cos 40 doesn't change the whole time. So it stays at S cos 40. And then it's going to increase because our S cos 40 is always S cos 40. Then there's S sine all the horizontal changes. So at that point, at the highest point, it's dropped down to S cos 40, and then it just gets bigger again. The speed increases. So yeah, look, see, it is at slower speed, which happens to be its initial velocity, whatever that S was, cos of 40, which was the initial horizontal component. So this doesn't change. So when our vertical velocity is 0, we're down to S cos theta. So yes, B is correct. But let's have a look at C and D. Is it worthwhile? C says there are forwards and downward forces acting on it. Well, there's no forward acting on it. There is a downward force. D, there are no forces acting on it. No, there is a downward force. So yeah, B is correct. So I hope that's helped. Until next time, stay happy.